Max Bigavell, aka Max B. First of all, welcome home to a legend. You guys don't understand the influence this guy has over a lot of your favorite rappers. He made the singing and rapping shit cool. I think even before Drake was doing it. Not on as big a level, of course. You know, it was on a local level, East Coast shit. But he made that slick talking, singing, harmonizing on the records cool. In the hood, at least. And now I want to preface this by saying I've been listening to him for a very long time. He's my cousin's favorite rapper. My cousin done put me on to Kendrick, Nipsey, J. Cole, all types of niggas. And he's like one of 3 people I know that has Max B actually in their top 10 at all. I'm from Uptown just like Max, and I want everybody in Harlem to win. He made Harlem look good for a very long time and still is. But I must say, something's off, man. Something's off, and it's natural, you know what I'm saying, when you have spent so much time in jail. I hate to say it, but Shine Poe, anybody remember him? I don't think Max is that. I don't think he's there, but I think he gotta tweak some things, and I'll tell you why. The first record he previewed right when he got out, I remember saying, flow is kind of choppy. I got killed in the comments for that. And I asked him if I could engineer him because I felt like the engineer just didn't place his shit right. And that can happen when you are rushing or under a lot of pressure. Because I engineer myself. You see, this is my setup, right? And if you're not careful, you could drag some shit off, you know? So this is the first song that I heard from him. Cool. I'm thinking, something's a little off. He's rusty. He just got out of jail. Whatever. He just want to put something out. Second joint he drops. I forget the name of it. First it was No More Tricks, and then it was the one with French Montana for the Coke Wave shit that they working on. I heard the same thing with that. Choppy flow. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm an engineer rapper, so I can hear shit a little different. I'm not a hater, so I'm not going to go and comment the same shit I commented on the first song. Whatever. I see what I see. And now again, being an artist, a rapper for over 10 years, this is what can happen very easily. You see my studio, right? I'm used to this sound. Now, with me, my engineer, where I used to record, he gave me his templates. So it kind of sounds like the studio I'm used to before I got my own. However, when I leave this studio and I'm not at his studio and I'm in a bigger studio, like big professional joint, it's gonna sound different. And it's happened to me a few times where you have to adjust to the different studio because the mic that they got is like $10,000 compared to the one that you got that's like a band. They got the big board that's like $100,000, and you got I got the SSL, the little SSL, you know what I'm saying? Mic preamp. I got a nice, one that costs like a band, and the ones in the big studios cost bands, you know what I'm saying? 10, 20,000. All of that is gonna make shit work different. It's something called latency, and obviously the sound quality is gonna be different. What I think it is Max is having latency issues when he's recording. He's hearing it in his headphones one way and it's coming out another way because he's not used to these huge studios. He's used to the little, hood joints, and he was in jail for like 17 years. He was recording over a phone or a studio in the jail. Like, imagine what that looks like compared to the studios he was in before he went to jail. So I think all of that is causing rust. Because sometimes, I just heard the album, you can hear what we're used to hearing from him. I took away 9 songs out of the whole album. There's 29 songs. It was not an easy listen because, again, these problems persisted throughout the album. He was just like out of pocket, and not just him. Some of the shits he was in pocket, and the engineer didn't mix it the way like it would stack right when he comes to like stacking his vocals. He's not a typical artist. He doesn't sound like anybody else. So you have to approach him like that. And I think whoever's engineering, I don't think it's Dame Grease. I don't think it's Mac Mustard, or what's the other guy? Los, the other producer that he used to work with all the time. I can almost guarantee you it's not either of them that's in the room producing his music with him. Cause I think they would tell him. I think they would tell him that, yo, you're off, bro. Like, you're off, something's off, let's fix it. And this can happen, bro. Like, he came out to a bag. He came out with mad motion. Aside from the music, he looks incredible. The nigga looks like fucking Drake. Like, they're making him look like a superstar. He's everywhere with everybody, coming out at every show. He's killing it on social media because he was doing the shit that people are doing now way back then. He's going to kill in content. If he ever gets a podcast, if he ever gets a stream, if he becomes a streamer, it's over. Like, he's gonna kill it. But the music it needs tightening up. A Boogie had the best part on his album. The A Boogie record is the best thing on the album. I like Spooky Time. I like Jealousy. And the rest of the songs, I like them because they reminded me of what this nigga can really do. It sounds like polished Max that we're used to, but the other ones just is not there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm giving him grace. He just got out, like, and he's been moving and moving and moving. Hasn't left the studio, and it's 29 songs. 29. That is a lot of music, especially in this era, bro. Like, that's a lot to consume as a listener. And I'm sure it took him a lot to make, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot to kind of control, you know? When you're not in your zone. I don't think he's in his zone right now. I think he's still like learning how to adjust to being out. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll hear it, and I think people will tell him, and I think he'll adjust and he'll be more refined next time around. But I don't know. I feel like he needs to be around his old team, and they need to, like, you know, let him know, like, yo, this shit's not really it. You know what I'm saying? And I only say this again because I know what he's capable of, and he has so much more potential than what he's showing. Maybe he's doing it on purpose. Who the fuck knows? Like, who knows anything nowadays? But that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was it. Like, I don't think that's his best. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. But that's my review, not just on the album, but just on him, you know, coming back home. Welcome home. Again, amazing rollout to the album and to coming out of jail. I don't think nobody's ever come out of jail looking that fly, you know what I'm saying, in a while. I tweeted that it's the illest come out of jail since fucking like Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the music, man, the music is what counts, you know what I'm saying? And I think he'll fix it. But we'll see what happens, man. Shout out to Big Avail, shout out to Harlem. We still looking good, it don't matter.